Hey, YouTube family, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself, right? Make it happen for yourself. So today, y'all, we talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, right? Now, after the first part of the reunion, I said, I don't talk about it no more because she was so explosive, it was so good, she had the receipts. I'm like, fuck it, ain't nothing else to say, right? Well, a whole bunch of stuff has come out since then. And the third part was explosive as well, right? Even though they edited it and didn't show us everything, right? So me, I got my girl on again today. She, right? But so anyway, I want to talk about Monique. Now Monique quit. God damn it, she quit, and she should have, right? She did it right. This whole thing she did right, She hung in there like a professional, did her job amongst a whole bunch of bitches didn't like her. More than didn't like her, they hated her. There was some hate going on in there. Now, I've been watching reality TV from the beginning, way before Housewives, way before Love and Hip Hop. I watched The Challenge. Now I've been watching reality forever. I watched The Real World. I think Real World came out in the 90s. That's the first one that I remember. Real World, yeah. So I've been watching reality TV for a very, very long time. The shit and the shenanigans that went on with this series and this reunion, this season period, because it was based on one thing, just one thing. It was focused on one thing, right? I've never seen this in my life, right? And it was uncalled for, and they took a little thing and made it a big thing, right? But that's because there was a whole bunch of hate in there. Now, I got a lot of notes, and I'm going to talk about everything on my notes, right? Now, like I said, Andy quit. I'm glad she quit. Oh, I don't know if I said it, y'all, but make sure you drop down in the description box and like, share, comment, and subscribe, and then you can see all of my social media platforms, right? But anyway, wait, I put something on here. What did it say? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll tell y'all about that later. But anyway, yeah, Monique quit, right? And I'm glad that she quit, and this reunion, now, what I know about reality TV, if you're not solid, if your relationship ain't solid, it'll tear it up and chew it up and spit it out, right? Monique's husband had her back. Chris had her back, and I like that, right? He had her back the way he was supposed to have her back. And so what he cussed him out, he didn't say, I will hit y'all. He said, if I was a woman, I'd beat y'all ass. And that's what he was supposed to say, right? So, since so this is why I'm just now doing a video on it today, because a lot of stuff went on this week after Sunday, right? Matter of fact, just before I start talking to you all, I found out that it's a rumor, don't know how true it is, but in the YouTube streets, they say Robin has been fired. We'll talk about that later. So anyway, Andy is the puppet master. He's the puppet master. But what I noticed about this reunion and this season period, he was very biased against Monique. Why? I don't know. Right? Because let me tell y'all something. It couldn't be because he pulled her hair and hit over the head a couple times. It could not be that. Let me tell you something. On New Jersey, now I've seen a lot of fights on a lot of housewives. But New Jersey, they throw down for real. Man-to-man, hand-to-hand combat, right? I've seen the husbands, not only the women, the husbands. Teresa's husband and brother was rolling all over the floor fighting and carrying on, right? More than once, right? Teresa got into an altercation. And one time, I can't remember who it was in New Jersey, somebody got their hair pulled out by the scalp, right? Last season, or season before, I think it was last season, Danielle pulled, what's her name, Margot? I can't think of her name right now. Pulled her hair out by her scalp. They throws down. They hood. They throws down on New Jersey. Ain't never been nothing said. Right? So now this girl done pulled her hair and hit her on the back of the head a couple times. It's all devastation to the nation. No, I don't believe that. So, she endured that. Her and her husband endured that. And the fact that they sat down and had a plot with their bored asses to destroy that black family. And that's more than reality TV banter and bullshit, right? That's hate. All mastered by the puppet master herself, Giselle. Giselle. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like in junior high. You don't really see. I don't know if I was in high school. I'm not. I wasn't involved with that. But in junior high, it's like sometimes the lowest man on the totem pole or the lowest whatever is the bully, right? And the bully, get people to do this and do that. I always stood alone, but I'm the bully, goddammit. I always stood alone, right? But when you're watching the dynamics of this show, it was just like junior high to me. It was just like junior high, right? And Robin and Candace, and then Wendy was just, I want to say clout chasing. She just want to be with the cool girls. I don't know if she ever been with the cool girls before. Well, she probably is. She's a AKA or something. So that's probably why she's riding so hard for Giselle. She wanted to. But Giselle was able to puppet master them and, rally against Monique. Like, y'all ain't had shit else to do. Y'all life was so boring. Y'all had to focus on this girl's life, right? Because she got the loving husband, all the money, and all the fun, and she cute, right? And she cute. And she wasn't light-skinned cute. She was brown-skinned cute, right? So, I didn't like that, right? And let me see what else I got to say here. Oh, so they were saying, in the YouTube streets, they were saying that, see, they didn't show us a lot of stuff. They filmed for 11 hours. We just saw an hour of it, right? Hour and a half, whatever, right? They said that when Chris got on there, Monique had already tore up with the binder, right? They said when Chris got on there, she had a whole meltdown, cussing, head exploding, twirling around, everything. Had a whole meltdown. We didn't see that, right? And for whatever reason, they only chose to focus on Monique. They didn't chose to show when Candace said there's a plot. And they all got on that stage and acted like we didn't see what we saw, and Monique didn't know what she knew, and that didn't never happen, right? So, and for real, in the real world, if you try to do some shit like that, people walk up to your door and kick your ass. So I don't know why Candace, she ain't never been in a fight. That's her problem. She never got her ass properly whooped. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, they said Giselle had a whole meltdown for 15, 20 minutes, cussing, carrying on, doing all kinds of stuff. And when the husbands got up to leave, and Chris said to her, hurt people, get you some help. They said it was a whole excerpt that we missed. They edited out that he said to her, that he checked her real good. We just didn't see it. So Giselle is doing whatever she's doing to the right person over in Bravo land, right? Because she on that show, the chat room, and they know that she was the head of the plot. They fired Phaedra for telling a lie. Didn't they fire Phaedra for telling a lie about something? About Portia and something and Ken, something, I forgot. But they fired Phaedra for that. So now here's a woman that lied 2 or 3 times. She lied and had a fake relationship with this man. And then she lied, commandeered the lie, helped stir up the pot with the lie of this girl, this baby not being her husband, and try to break that marriage up, right? So she is doing whatever she's supposed to be doing over there in Bravo land because they ain't getting rid of her. That don't look like, right? At some point they'll turn on her though. But anyway, because that's how white folks do. But they were very disrespectful to Chris. They were very disrespectful, and I didn't get that part. Like, he was supposed to have his wife's back. That's what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like the fact that Andy talked about Chris' money like Chris didn't have no money. And Monique had to shut him down again and say, oh, his portfolio is good, right? Like, why would you think this man didn't have no money? And it makes me think that Andy only likes black women. I don't even want to say black women, but I'm going to say black women because shit, Brandy done did all kind of stuff on there. They finally got rid of her. But shit, Brandy, speaking of, Brandy slapped Lisa Vanderpump and we all saw it right there. Pow! Slapped her in the face, right? So it's like, they chose to make that the vocal point of this season, that little fight, little baby ass fight that happened off season, right? It didn't even happen. We didn't even see it. They showed it, but that I had knew about that. That should have happened way before, right? Well, anyway, they were very disrespectful, and they didn't choose to show the video. They chose to show the video of Chris and Monique talking about what Chris would do to them, but they didn't show the video about what made him say that about Monique saying it's a plot. Like, the shit was just It wasn't balanced. It wasn't even, right? Then what I wanted to know is like, where were the husbands? Juan wasn't there. She said he was coaching somebody. Really? You couldn't take that little time out. This is your wife's job. You couldn't take that time out to stand behind her. So all you had to do was sit behind her. You couldn't do that, right? Where was Michael? Michael do a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of goofy, weird shit, and then Ashley had to stand up and defend him and herself to them, right? And then, of course, we know Jamal wasn't there because that wasn't real in the first place, right? So it's like the only real solid, like I don't know, Wendy, her marriage looked like it's pretty solid, but she's new. But the real solid relationship, the real solid marriage, y'all tried to tear it down. Why? Like why? Right? Giselle has a very ugly soul. And see, Giselle's stupid because had she been smart, what she would have did instead of hating on her so hard, Chris played for the NFL. I'm sure he got a lot of NFL friends or a lot of men that could be able to take care of her in the manner she was accustomed to with Jamal, right? You should have got right with him. You should have made Monique your girl so you can go around the circles that they in and meet you somebody, right? Meet you somebody. And plus, he's seems like he's a good businessman too, so he knows some other folks from some other sectors of life, right? You should have been with them, but your hatred was so strong. You know, jealousy is such a strong emotion. Like, I ain't never been jealous. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. You know, I can't change the way I look. You cute, light skin, green eye, so what? Big booty, I don't have it. Ain't nothing I can do about it, right? And so I ain't never been jealous of nobody, but I know that that's a wasted, to me, it's a wasted emotion. That's wasted. Like, you could be doing something else with your energy, right? But her hate for them was so strong that she wasn't trying to focus on being better for herself. He was trying to tear her down, right? And then, you know, and Monique got a lot of stuff going on. You know, she has the Not for Lazy Moms podcast. She's got the oils. You know, she's been talking about oil since she got on the show. So now she has an oil line, essential oil line. She's got, she said it's doing very well. She did so many sales the first day. I forgot what she said, but it's doing well. And she just started it. And then she dropped a video. She did a candy. She busted candy. She made lemonade out of lemons. Made a video called Drag Queen. She capitalized on the situation, right? And it is good. It's a good video, right? With some drag queens. I mean, you know, the girl is creative. So whatever God has for you is for you. And you can't hate on what the next person doing. That's why I say it's so important that you stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You know, don't try to swerve and go over there in that man's lane or that woman's lane. That ain't for you, right? And so, you know, Robin. Now, Robin, like I said, you know, in the YouTube streets, they say Robin has been fired. But Robin really served no purpose. You know, and whenever you the Robin is somebody's Batman, whenever you the sidekick or the side piece, you know, we all know side pieces, that shit don't go too well for you, right? And we've been waiting for 5 years for Juan to marry her. He did put the ring on it. But, you know, they just don't have enough activity and excitement in their life. You know what I'm saying? And every season, Robin done fucked up the money. She always fucked up the money, fucked up the thing. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't have enough going on, right? And then we got, you know, we ain't gonna talk about Ashley. I talked about it before. Ashley ain't doing nothing. She all right. Wendy, she's just sitting over there. She all right. She just sitting there the whole reunion, just sitting there because she's just sitting there, right? So then there's Candace. Now Candace, let me tell you, I've analyzed Candace. Candace is a spoiled brat. She's immature. She has not grown up. And I thought when she got, you know, you got the husband, you would grow up. Just like sometimes when you have a baby. And it might take her to have a baby to grow up. Because she hasn't grew up, right? And she was mad. She wanted everybody to be on her side. Again, looking at them was like junior high, elementary school. Candace was elementary. They was junior high, right? So I'm mad at her. And I want all y'all to be mad at her too. And don't play with her. And don't talk to her. And if y'all do, I'll be mad at you. That shit is so juvenile, right? And that's what Candace is. You run off at the mouth, and because she ain't never been in a fight before, and ain't had her ass whipped properly, she thought she could just keep running off at the damn mouth, right? You can't do that. You can't do that. You know, white kids might be black kids. You can't do that. That shit don't fly, right? So, you know, she needed to get, and you know, that wasn't even that was nothing in the world of fights. That wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they toe to toe, right? That was nothing. You know what I'm saying? She held your head down. The table was in between y'all. You was down there windmilling all out, with your hand, with the glass in your hand, And then, what I didn't like, I didn't like Andy. I didn't like production. I didn't like Candace. I didn't like Giselle. I didn't like none of that shit. That was the worst. It was the best and the worst reunion I ever saw. What made it the best was that Monique got on there and checked their ass and shut them down. She shut them down, right? But what made it the worst was that y'all was just being mean and ugly and hateful, right? And then for Candace to be so dramatic and to be so hurt, you still running your mouth. And then when it's your turn to talk, like every time they talking to Monique, she saying shit under breath, she saying shit. Monique iced her out, didn't pay no attention. Then when it's your turn to talk, when they on your page, you got to get up and go cry, go to wherever she went and cried, all this shit. Like, come on, man. And Monique is good because I'd have said a whole bunch of shit. I'd have made the bitch cry. I'd have made the bitch just go and kill herself, jump off the bridge. Because Monique said nothing, and I that's what good love do to you. When you got a good man, he keep you calm. He'd already told her, fuck them hoes. I know he did. He'd already told her, fuck them. Say what you got to say, and we going home, right? And even Candace's husband, Chris, told her, he said, come on now. Come on, get it together. You're going to let her control your mind like that? Go on and do this, and we're going to leave here. We're going to go have some dinner, and we're going to go home and have fun. He told her that. Like, you just going to keep crying and talking shit. It don't match. It didn't make sense. Either you a victim and you hurt, or you a villain. You can't be both. You just can't be both, right? So, I didn't like this reunion, and I'm glad that Monique quit. I really wanted her to stay so she could just get on their ass. But now that I've seen all the super hate that they had hate. Super hate they had for her, it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work, because somebody was going to get hurt. Because Giselle was going to keep pushing buttons and manipulating and puppet mastering until somebody got hurt. So they said, well, did you want her to go to jail? Robert said, no, I didn't want her to go to jail. Giselle said something to the fact, well, I don't know, not jail, but something, community service. You want the bitch to go to jail. You're like, come on. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a little scruffle. Did you go to jail for it? No. Right? So, and then I didn't like the fact that Giselle brought the bodyguard. And then when Chris stood up, she wanted the body. What did you want the bodyguard to do? First of all, he was there to protect you. He wasn't over there by you. He was standing up. He can't control that man. Like, what did you bring him for? Why you got to always go somewhere with a bodyguard? If you got to go somewhere with a bodyguard, you need to evaluate yourself. You need to look at you. If you got to have a bodyguard when you go somewhere, unless you president or some motherfucking body, you don't need no bodyguard when you go out the house. Yeah, but Candace, she had never got her ass whooped properly. She ain't never had a proper ass whooping. But see what's going to happen next season now. So if the rumor is true that Robert quit, even if Robert didn't quit, the target will be Candace. The target will be Candace, unless they bring a new girl on that Giselle can't stand. But the target will be Candace, and that's when she's going to lose her mind. And what I think Candace should get off the show, because you're not mature enough to handle all the shenanigans that go on in reality TV. You need to get off the show, because if that one little shit made you cry for 2 years, year and a half, 18 months, every time you talking about it, you got to cry. Every time, I just, yeah. And then, like I said, they're talking about boycotting. And if the people call for the boycott, then I'm going to have to boycott. And Bravo is my favorite channel. I'm almost sure it is, because I watch a lot of shows on Bravo. I watch Below Deck, all Mediterranean. I watch all of the Below Decks. I watch Southern Charm. They got 2 Southern Charms. I watch Married to Medicine. I watch, I don't know, whatever come on there. I watch all of the Housewives. Have always watched the Housewives from season 1. Whatever their season is, I've seen every one. Everyone. I love Housewives, right? Why? Because I don't have drama in my life. I watch it on TV. I don't have no drama in my life. I watch it on TV, right? So, yeah, that's my take on the Real Housewives of Potomac season and reunion. And I think Andy needs to check himself. Now, listen, y'all, I be on Twitter. They eating him up on Twitter. Candace too, right? They don't, Robin and Giselle, nobody's paying them any attention in the social media world, right? Unless they talking about them on Monique's Twitter or, Andy's at Real Housewives of Potomac. They don't like them people. They don't like Giselle. They don't like Candace. They ain't liking Andy because of the way he treated Monique. And then Monique said, I watched the video, she said that they put her in a whole separate hotel that was not on the same level of the hotels that they used to being in. She didn't know that they all wasn't in that hotel until Karen called and said, I'm on my way down. What room you in? She waiting on Karen to come down to the room. Karen said, why you ain't answering the door? She said, I'm right here. Come where you at? I don't see you. She go out in the hallway, ain't no Karen. Because to find out they had put her in a old level 2 hotel, and they was all together in the hotel. Now you at the reunion, you got to be in the hotel with the reunion. You got to have your clothes on, your glam squad. Y'all just go on down the elevator and go sit down. She got to get in the car and then so Monique said she had to buy her own rooms. I think she bought 3 rooms for her glam squad to have. Yeah. So it wasn't going to work good. Even though they gave her a contract, it wasn't going to be good because they was going to keep fucking with her. Because they didn't like the fact that her husband had some money, they had money, and they didn't need them for that show. And he's jealous too. He's jealous too because he used to. The show is a platform for a lot of ladies, especially Atlanta, Potomac. It was a platform for them. A lot of Beverly Hills and who else? I think Miami, they had a little change in Miami. But the Beverly Hills one, and I can't remember all of them, but New York, it's a platform for them, right? Shit, Bethany got rich. She made Skinny Girl and got rich. Nene got rich, rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's a platform if used properly, right? So, that was mean and it was nasty and I didn't like it. So like I said, if they, if the world say, if the reality world say we boycotting Bravo, I'm going to have to boycott Bravo. Don't want to, but I'm going to have to, okay? But anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in to Jacquie with a Q, where the Q stands for Queen, the Q stands for questions, and the Q stands for quality of life, right? And I also want to tell you guys that, I thank you for supporting me. I am in the process. I'm doing a lot of stuff with my quarantine time. Stuff that I've been working on and putting down and procrastinating with. So I am writing a book. I want you all to support me in that. I'm writing a book. And I am, I'm going to have an online website. I'm going to have a website, right, where you can buy merchandise. I'll let you know more about it when I get it set up, right? Because I got to take time to do it. I work. I still work. I'm a working girl, right? I don't have a husband, don't have a man. So I got to make it happen for myself, right? So a lot of times I run out of time. And, that's what it is. But I'm going to try to take out a little time in the very, very near future, so I can do some things instead of doing it. I'm doing it little by little, right? And so anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I hope for you guys continue support, right? But anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop down in the description box, and like, share, comment, and subscribe, and then you can see all my social media platforms. And so we at the end of 2020, y'all. We at the end, right? It's been a hell of a year. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my whole life, right? Black Lives Matter, goddamn COVID, racial tension at the highest I've ever seen it, including in the 60s, right? So this been a something, right? And I'm still, I seen the video the other day of Karen still not having a mask. I've seen a couple videos this week of the Karens don't refuse to wear a mask and want to keep getting up in people's face. Like, what the fuck? And every day somebody's calling me who got COVID. I'm going to talk about that another video. I'm going to talk about that now. Anyway, y'all, we at the end of the year. We're going to pray that 2020 is better for all of us, for humanity, period. Right? That's just what I want. I want 2021 to be better than 2020. Right? I want us to just close that chapter of 2020, right? But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys again for watching Jacquie with a Q. Everybody, be safe and have a very happy New Year. Now, me, I'm going to be in the house. I ain't even going to know the New Year came in. I'm going to be watching TV and shit. I ain't, That shit ain't phasing me because I ain't going no damn way. Ain't nobody coming in here and I ain't going out there. So anyway, y'all, thanks for watching Jacquie the Cute and Happy New Year's. Bye-bye.